So our next topic is Danville pianos. So Danville, California. I've actually gone to several bars. They have a really good dueling piano bar out there too. But I've gone out to Danville quite a few times. They've got some nice bars, restaurants, cool little town. So what they're doing is they're going out and they're placing up to 3 pianos around the town for residents and pedestrians, people to just randomly go play pianos. I think that's a cool thing.
That is cool.
And
thankfully, that doesn't get stolen, but it's good.
It would be a lot for you to steal a piano. you would have to be dedicated to that.
Yeah, you'd have to be dedicated. I guess it would be pretty hard to take it to a pawn shop, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure the pawn shop might recognize it as being one of the pianos from the city. And they may have like a security guard nearby watching, and you never know.
So point
Danville's well funded.
Point being, the really beautiful and town of Danville has strategically placed pianos all throughout so that people can randomly play piano for those who you may maybe get an audience as people are walking by. And that's a cool thing. Kind of gets people outdoors enjoying the beautiful weather.
Plus, it's
interacting.
It gets the buzz talking about Danville,
yeah.
And then people want to know more about Danville. And then guess what? You go to Danville, and you realize they've got some great restaurants, great bars, great things to do there.
It's a very well-to-do community. I mean, it's not uncommon for you to see Ferraris and Bentleys driving through the neighborhood while you're sitting down at a restaurant outside enjoying a meal.
Yeah, so of course, this is one of those things where what can cities do to kind of build up community? And, Danville's one of them, but many cities always want to do something cool, something fun to build up, buzz about the city. This is a great way to do it. And I think more cities need to take note of it and just try fun stuff.
Well, a lot of what the urban planners are attempting to do, even in the Bay Area, you'll see it in a lot of cities like Oakland that are following suit from San Francisco, is to create outdoor venues, whether it's restaurants with outdoor placement of chairs that get people a buzz. Because the fact of the matter is people like to be where people are. And when they see outdoor activities and they don't know what it is, it just sparks the human curiosity of like, hey, what's that guy doing playing a piano? Or look at that particular restaurant. It's got all those people around it. It must be good. Let me go try it there as well.
I love restaurants that have outdoor seating. That's one of the things I just absolutely love. And
our weather plays to that in California.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I would have to say I'm a little disappointed about the West Contra Costa area is that there's not a lot of restaurants with outdoor seating. However, you start seeing more and more popping up.
They are trying, and if
speaking of which,
if the NIMBYs don't have their way, we'll have not only more residential places to rent, but outdoor restaurants and maybe even pianos outdoor.
Speaking of which, I am going to throw a little plug here for Los Molas Beer Garden in El Cerrito. Mm-hmm. So Los Molas, their original restaurant was in Emeryville, small, tiny little place, but then they had new ownership. They expanded out to San Rafael and to El Cerrito. But El Cerrito, they bought the old Caro's restaurant and then turned it into
is that an outdoor venue thing now?
It's now
that's
cool.
It's
a beer garden now, and so they have a great selection of beer. But I had their nachos, some carnitas nachos. This had to be the best freaking nachos I've ever had. And nachos are very simple, but
and
this was
take a lot. That's the point.
Great ingredients, and it was great fun time. You hang outside, bring your pets, and very great chef, great people, great service.
And see, I'm not a big beer drinker, but I love to go out and hang out with my friends at these types of venues, beer gardens or outdoor eateries with great food. Just even if for the simple fact just to be out there and mingling. And that's what helps create community and all these different things, and also justifies all the high price points for renting and buying in our area.
Yeah, and just being outdoors is great.
Yeah.
Just get that vitamin D and just enjoy. I mean, everyone feels great when they go out into the sun for a little bit, just outdoors.
Yeah.
Get away from the computer screens and I know for us, we're on the computers like all the time, the phone, the computer screens, and it just eventually gets old.
At least 12 to 13 hours a day.
Yep.
Crunching numbers, and if not, we're jumping in the car and taking a look at the interior of buildings, some of which are nice and some of which are not so nice.
Yeah. I wish, though, cities would do more to promote a lot of the different events going around the city. I know it can be very difficult and a lot of work, but cities most cities will have the funding to hire one person to create a website within their website to just advertise a lot of the different community events. I mean, there's so much that happens. I mean, if you're into fitness, like there almost every weekend there's CrossFit and gym fitness events going on up along I-80 corridor. I mean, it's ridiculous if you're into that. And so movie nights at different businesses. In fact, the Bar Athletics, I'm going to throw a plug in for them. They're doing a movie night next week, and they're going to be screening The Sandlot inside their gym. So there's a lot of businesses that do this, and I think cities need to invest more into finding out what businesses are doing for community events and then promote those.
That's a great segue right into like even talking about downtown San Diego, the Gas Lamp District. It's a really well sought after.
Which will be there tomorrow and
that's a very well sought after area where you've got a nice mix of urban and authentic old California feel. You got a lot of great walking restaurants, nightclubs, and different, whether you're going to a club for house music or just outdoor jazz music, they've got it all. And then, in fact, that's what we're going to be doing this weekend. Again, talking about different things communities could do, just making venues for these outdoor festivals. For example, San Diego Comic-Con